There's nothing inherent in a marijuana correspondent being perceived as a marijuana advocate. But a lot of viewers and a lot of old hoary news professionals will see this as legitimizing marijuana. Why have a marijuana correspondent rather than have a recreational drugs correspondent who covered all that scene? Would that take some of the potential, I mean, the advantages of POV reporting are obvious in terms of sincerity, communication, clarity, directness, but a POV is a narrower focus than a generalist reporter. How do you compensate?
I think that first you have to understand that what you're saying is right. If you have a White House correspondent, you're not for the White House. And you have a Beijing correspondent, you're not representing the government of China. And we are just afraid to have things called by their name. And there is no reason why to find a path to represent something, choosing a very careful wording that is okayed by the legal department and runs through the editor and has the approval of the board of directors of the company. Because for someone who's young, recreational drug is not part of their lexical. It's weed, you know, and you don't need to legitimize what it's part of their life. You have to assume that these kids see the world in a different way, and they believe that they live in a hypocritical society and that alcohol is bad for you and cigarettes are bad for you, and marijuana can also potentially be bad for you, but it's not a Scheduled I drug to be treated at that level. And so if you don't begin the conversation by leveling with them and by being honest, you're lost.
On the verge of a potentially national legalized business, it seems like a great idea to have someone who covers it as a business, as an industry, as to who actually runs it. I think it's a great idea.
The complexities.
But I would warn, you know, that White House correspondents almost never, ever question the primacy or legitimacy of the White House and their beat. And Capitol Hill correspondents treat congressmen and senators as if they actually knew what they were talking about. And
so we might have something to learn from our Cannabis report.
and vice versa. You can inhale, but don't become a captive of the institution.
See, I mean, the times where kids would vote for a politician that smoked but didn't inhale are over.